What's going on, everybody? Vince Goodrum here. It is Friday afternoon. Don't forget the midnight run starts at 10 o'clock p.m. But in the meantime, apparently Vegan Gains went ape shit over some sort of debate. Seems to be coming unglued. So let's go ahead and watch the video and just see what happened here. So, 1 second.
Makes everything that is the same God that prescribes.
Yeah, just because they come from the same source, it doesn't mean there isn't an Isaac God.
I'll wait till you're done. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just said it. Just because it comes from the same source, it doesn't mean there isn't an Isaac gap.
Yeah,
Even assuming what you're saying is true.
The God that makes everything that is the same God that prescribes everything we ought to do.
The Sky Santa. So there's your answer, Synth. Right. Sky Santa.
But in your guys' worldview, everything just is. You don't have it.
Yeah, right. How do you cross the odd gap? Sky Santa.
Wait, just a second. Sure. So Zen, sorry about that. Zen, the issue with the argument is it's not a problem for moral realism. The problem is one of deduction. You're not going to solve it because they come from the same source. Is statements will never be able to deduce into an ought statement unless you're defining ought as some kind of is statement. It's the only way you're going to do that.
No.
Sky Santa.
God is the transcendental mind that can bridge the gap between the physical, the metaphysical, and prescribe us oughts that are immaterial based on the material world, like what we ought to do in the material world, and that's how the is ought.
Yeah, Sky Santa. There's your answer, Synth.
Can you go ahead and give me a syllogism then, right? Just a quick syllogism, maybe two premises, right, where there's no ought claim and the conclusion contains an ought claim. Can you do that?
Say that again?
I want you to give me a syllogism where there are two premises that don't contain any ought claims, and then the conclusion contains...
First off, I have no idea, but Sky Santa is pretty funny there. Let's continue.
...contains an ought claim.
I'm not sure how you...
Create a syllogism that create... Literally, that's what the... Create a syllogism with two premises that have is statements and a conclusion that has an ought statement that successfully crosses the is ought gap.
Dude, I'm just saying that God.
Oh, okay. He literally doesn't even know what you're saying. He's too stupid to understand any of this. He doesn't even know what the is ought gap is. Clearly, he's too stupid to understand.
I do.
No, he doesn't.
Worldview that you guys
no, he doesn't. Like, we're literally asking you to provide a syllogism that crosses the is ought gap, and you can't. And you can't because you don't even know what it is.
All right, dude. Do you want answers to the questions, or are you just gonna?
You're not giving answers. You're just saying stupid fucking shit. We're asking you to provide a syllogism that crosses the is ought gap, and you can't even do that because you don't know what it is.
I don't think.
See how this guy wastes everybody's time? Nothing but stupid shit comes out of his mouth.
He just doesn't know.
I'm trying to answer.
He doesn't know. You can't answer it. We're literally asking you a straightforward question to create a syllogism that crosses the is ought gap, and you can't do it.
All right, dude.
See, when he's in a corner, all he'll do is ramble. All he'll do is complain about you interrupting him, even though you're demanding him to answer the question, and then he'll just gish gallop around, try to distract from the actual conversation, make up stupid fucking excuses, or just completely deny, completely refuse to answer. Yeah, we're done. We've proven you're an idiot.
You haven't proven anything because you haven't even let me respond to anything.
We have, and you won't.
Okay, so all I'm simply saying is that the transcendental mind of God that bridges the gap between
then create a syllogism that crosses the is ought gap.
Could you stop talking?
Prove that you can cross the is ought gap.
Wait.
Prove
Can
it.
you tell me
just create a syllogism. Just create a syllogism.
Why ought I create a syllogism for you?
Because you want to prove that you can cross the is ought gap because Sky Wizard, right?
I don't care to prove it to you because you're just soy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Another stupid fucking excuse.
No, it's not an excuse.
There we go. Another stupid excuse because he's been proven to be an idiot.
What if I just don't have a preference to give you a
There you go. Excuse. Dodge. Excuse, dodge. Waste everybody's time. Dodge, waste everybody's time. Yeah, refuse to answer the question. Dodge, yeah, keep blabbing, keep making up excuses. Why don't you complain that I'm talking over you? Go do that. Complain that I'm talking over you. Just keep rambling, complain that I'm talking over you. Yeah, keep going. Complain that I'm talking over you. Don't answer any questions. Keep coming up excuses.
Like, I know I'm not the mod here, but I would have actually been willing to engage.
No muting. I'm sorry, Synth. Did you just have like a final wrap up that you wanted to say? I don't want to like kick you off before time. But.
I just wanted to clarify what the is-ought gap is, right? The whole point of the is-ought gap is just that from is statements you can't deduce an ought statement. It's a problem with deduction, right? Like any moral realist, me included, is going to know this. It's just not the case that your position is it's not the case that your position, because you're a moral realist, solves the is-ought gap or bridges the is-ought gap. It doesn't do that. That's not the point. There's just not a problem. That's not even a point of the position. It's just like the claim that you can bridge the is-ought gap is just ridiculous.
All right. Yeah, appreciate the call in, by the way, Synth. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, and if I could just answer without being interrupted, I'm just simply saying that the Christian God, the Christian triune God, as the transcendental, metaphysical, universal, provides ought statements to us, tells us how we ought act in the world, and
has nothing to do with the is-ought gap,
and is also that which created everything that is.
Great. You're wasting everybody's time. Doesn't answer the question. Doesn't show that you can cross the is-ought gap.
Justified.
Blab.
So
blab.
About an is-ought gap.
Blab.
And the is. So.
Irk.
Sorry, Ray.
So
I don't know how to say that. Is it just Irk?
Yeah, let's go with Irk. It's a Western saint. It was a convert of St. Patrick. I don't know how to say his name either, but
okay,
anyways,
go ahead.
Yeah. So, my name's Eric, and when I was picking a patron saint, I didn't know if there was Western saints, and I knew there was, but I didn't know there was a Saint Eric. But anyways, I'm not quite as smart as these guys here, right? But so my best guess, real quick, I just want to start with this, is the sentence, right? So here's a premise: the judge is a liar. And I would say that implicit in that statement is an oughtness, because the word judge implies that a judge provides justice, which has to do with righteousness and truth and equity and all of these things. And if that judge is a liar, then there is a contradiction there, or a discongruency, and therefore implicit in that is an oughtness. So there's a premise that leads to an oughtness. I don't know if that answers the sense question.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a premise. That's not a syllogism. That doesn't cross the is-ought gap.
Well, it does cross the is-ought gap, because saying the judge is a liar implies that there's an oughtness to what a judge should be.
No, it doesn't.
So a judge can be a liar?
Absolutely. Look at Brett Kavanaugh. What do you mean?
But ought a judge be a liar?
Well, again, that will come down to your personal preference, but that doesn't cross the is-ought gap.
He said, look at Brett Kavanaugh.
Yeah, he is a liar.
That's hilarious.
Well, he did lie during the whole weird investigation thing.
No, answer that question though. Ought a judge lie?
Well, in my personal opinion, no. They should be as truthful as possible. But again, that's just one premise. That's not a syllogism.
With drugs, they have a very
Well, that was entirely a complete waste of time there. First off, I have no idea what the is-ought gap is, but it goes to say that even with that all being said, it seems as though Richard was very unhinged. I don't know if he needs an adjustment in his medication, but it's very important that during a debate that you don't talk over someone, and going and saying blah, 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 essentially is immature, and Richard is 31 years old and he knows better. In addition to that, and this goes for the entire panel there, it's important that you have people viewing a debate there. So it's very important to actually not use big, giant college school words, and actually give an example to where most regular people, such as myself, would actually understand. Now, as far as the great one's opinion as far as religion is concerned, simply this. People have different opinions on life and death, and the truth of the matter is, you don't know exactly what's going to happen until you die. And when you die, you can't simply report it back to anyone in the living world. You have these out of body experiences there, but, it's not going to be consistent there. So when it comes to religion, regardless as to what religion you are, the purpose of religion is to not only fulfill your life there, but to inspire you to take the actions as appropriate to, whatever religion you're at. But again, very disappointed in Richard as far as this debate is concerned. He came off as an insecure little child there, and in the near future, I certainly hopes that he keeps his temper under control, regardless as to what his honest opinion is. And most importantly, he should allow someone to actually truly answer instead of talking over him and saying blah blah blah. That's just my opinion. But that's all I got to say for right now. Like and subscribe to the Vince Goodrum channel. Click the link below. Also visit vincegoodrum.com. As always, peace and soul.